Let's go. Fort Mifflin time, guys. You guys ready?
Yep. Just gotta smile and wait for the flash.
Yeah.
Fort Mifflin, here we go.
During the American Revolutionary War, the British Army bombarded and captured the fort as part of their conquest of Philadelphia in autumn 1777. In 1795, the fort was renamed for Thomas Mifflin, a Continental Army officer and the first post-independence Pennsylvania governor. During the Civil War, the Union used Fort Mifflin to house Confederate prisoners of war as well as Union soldiers and civilian prisoners. During World War I and World War II, the U.S. Army stationed anti-aircraft guns at Fort Mifflin to defend the nearby Fort Mifflin Naval Ammunition Storage Depot. Not only is the fort historic, it's also haunted. Reports of phantom screams and full-bodied apparitions are repeatedly reported. The buildings that remain are a historic and grim reminder of triumph in American independence. Freedom is not free, and the souls that remain at Fort Mifflin make it known that this is still, even in the afterlife, their home. How we doing, guys? This is Ryan from Operation Syndicate. I'm with
Tara.
Emily. Ashley.
Nick.
And Alex.
We are at Fort Mifflin, the fort that saved America. So much history here, so many spirits, and we are ready to open the classified documents of Fort Mifflin, the fort that saved America. Let's go.
Civil War, this was a military prison. So you had Union, Confederate, and civilian prisoners here, and conditions were horrific, so it was a lot of disease and death. And it ran through the whole garrison, so it wasn't just prisoners dying, it was the soldiers, their wives and children, documented children deaths here and women here, so you can get those spirits also. During low tide, the scouts went down doing some scavenging along the river, and they came across a lower human jawbone. So that was bagged and tagged, and we never heard anything back from the coroner about anything, information. That was like 3 years ago. So you have disease, sickness, drowning sickness, dying. You have death with the battle, and plus there was executions. There was a military fort, so you have it with hangings. Most famous is William Howe, the Union soldier, but there were death by firing squad here too. So that's what just makes this place unique. Layers of history, layers of death, layers of spirits. You can get full bodies here, shadow figures. There is physical contact, you know. There's a certain spirit somewhere that likes blonde females. He doesn't attack them, he just likes to stroke hairs. Right. This was an island, it was called Mud Island. So the British engineer that designed the place and was building the fort knew the weakness. So that's, when this was an island, you had a couple British warships come right up the channel here. And the guys that were still standing ran to defend, and they just opened up, so they took a lot of guys out over here. So you get a lot of different activities over here, shadow figures. All right? Powder magazine. We don't have bats. We call them mud swallows.
Yeah.
They make their nests.
And they come right at your face.
They come right at your face. It's not like you won't have to worry about getting T-boned by a bat. Alright, so the Powder magazine. shadow figures in here.
Yeah.
I keep getting good EVPs in there. A lot of people medium sense there's something behind that back wall. I've seen weird lights in here. It's 90 degrees, you know, zigzags coming in. That's because of an explosion. So it's your powder. And then a lot of people sense in that back wall.
And is this the part that has the hill behind it?
There's like 6 feet more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you check that out, most of these walls are smooth and that's really rough back there. So it looks like that was put up like.
Oh, so that was the place that a lot of people think
There's a portal back there, there's bodies back there. We don't know. But there's a lot of good energy back there, so. Okay. And you know, when there's no light in there, you can't see the hand in front of your face. You know, it gets pitch black in here once everything is dark.
Big building in the middle, Commandant's house. This was always naval jurisdiction, except when it was a military prison, so that's why it's called the Commandant's house. So I imagine he'd have Jacob, or the kids be taking a nap, he'd want Jacob to close everything up while he's in there forging away. So Jacob would try sneaking up and open the back door, and then would get caught and reprimanded. So eventually, over the years, we had the one Wayne way back who was here 7x24. He closed everything up at night because there's a lot of wildlife here. We got deer, groundhogs, muskrat, beavers, fox, you name it. So they want to close up. And he came out one morning, you know, with the door be open. He couldn't think of it, kept opening every morning, closing it. One morning it was ripped off the hinges.
I got you.
And so he put it back up on the hinges and it got ripped off again, and he put it back up. And they put it back up and they nailed it shut, and eventually found it up on the side of the hill over here.
Wow.
And we had it just out for display for years with the bent hinges and the nails, but we figured we'd put it back up and see what happened.
He wanted it.
All right, so again, Jacob is the blacksmith that identifies himself in here. A lot of residual in here. You hear movement. I've got a good EVP. That's the old billows, the original billows.
Okay.
Yeah.
And cut an EVP of that. You can hear the sound. I thought it was Darth Vader here for a while, but it was yeah. It was the billows.
Yeah, come out here.
We used the tools hanging up, and they wouldn't just spin and rotate. They would actually spin and rotate. But you know, we don't hang it up anymore.
That's basically one of our recorders too. We're just use for half an hour, so we can hang the
But we still have guys that come in and forge, so it still gets used. So, all right, so
That's what I would imagine that was like, especially with residual, like someone's working away. And
you're working away. You hear a residual.
Metal.
If you have like a motion, a lot of times it's like somebody's walking.
Put like a REM pod here.
Walking back and forth for the tools and the anvil.
Yeah. So that'd be a cool place for a REM pod, or even a cap wall. Put it in there.
Yeah.
Just up on top of.
Yeah, that would be perfect right there for a couple.
Yeah.
Well, Jacob, we're gonna want you to try to open this door while we're here tonight.
Yeah. Even though it's a little tighter now, but. Yeah,
If he can rip that door off the hinges, then I don't think that rope's gonna
that rope's not going to do
Yeah.
anything.
All right.
All right.
That's that Boeing turbine engine.
Yeah, the shutters, the outdoor shutters, and some more of those original bunk beds.
I didn't look at that.
Frames back there. This was a movie prop. This is fiberglass. 1776, I think it was.
Watch your head.
Yeah, I've left a lot of DNA around here.
Watch your head on that.
So, yeah. So, a lot of residual and a lot of child activity in this area. We pick up a name and it's been identified as one
but a lot of children activity around here. Wayne has a good story about he had a new person helping him work, and they were doing some work around here, and the next day the guy never showed back up for work, and Wayne called him and said, "Why aren't you here at work?" And the guy said, "Well, didn't you hear all those children running around making that noise while we were down the artillery check?" And Wayne goes, "Yeah, I heard. That's normal." So the guy never came back. And this year we hired a new guy to do the yard work. He lasted 2 days and went AWOL, and he won't return phone calls or text messages. He just got up in the Powder magazine back in 1777. It was solitary confinement in the Civil War. So we know of 2 prisoners that were there, Bernard Devlin and William Howe, because they wrote but it was a lot of names written on the walls. When it was rediscovered and reopened, it was like an Egyptian tomb. It was airtight.
Yeah.
So it was pristine. There's 2 cells. If you go in, there's a real narrow walkway. That's where the guards would walk and check in on these guys. But then you go in and there's 2 cells. And maybe 4 or 5 people at a time. It's really tight in there.
Well, it's all right that it's tight in there because we're going to have one person locked up in there for a little bit.
Good.
Ooh,
So,
big reveal.
We're allowed in there.
yeah.
Big reveal.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So Ryan, who do you think it's gonna be, man?
Hopefully not me, because
I
that was my
volunteer.
idea.
I volunteer.
And that's why I want to get, whatever, the Fear guys out
Yeah,
here.
Project Fear.
Project Fear.
Name drop.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yes, Dakota, get your ass out of here.
Get to Fort Mifflin, Dakota.
Torpedo magazine is just like the Powder magazine where you zigzag. I mean, we go in there and they dug a trench all the way to the Delaware River.
Oh,
And there's
wow.
a well. And they thought they had these primitive torpedoes that thought they could drop into the well, shoot out to the river and sink a ship. But no GPS, no guidance. So,
So,
they could be turning around and coming back. So
Yeah, people be
they
lying.
they realized the impracticality of this thing. We don't trust it. So it never got used as that. Again, during World War I and II, these were all used for munition storages.
Yep. Step up, guys.
Some good activities in the area. This is 1875, last structure built here at the fort. That's why it's nice and smooth.
Yeah.
what's the type of activity you gotta do?
Good EVPs in there, good EVP sessions. There's a lot of whistling that goes on around here. It's weird. You can, somebody whistling right next to you, or you hear whistling. So it's very common here.
Matt, dropping that camera down, Matt.
He'd be going after it.
It's not funny, Ryan.
Started off and out,
He'd be
she's
ready for
slipping
bed.
It's okay, Alex.
I said I wouldn't go down there. I love Alice. So I can replace the camera. You can't replace an Alice.
You could go around in here. Now this is the Commandant's house. All right, so he lived here with his family and servants. That would have been the kitchen area, and this was where he was living, and it's a 4-sided fireplace. Unfortunately, it got caught on fire, and that's the state it's in. But there was a second floor. You can see on top. You see where the beams were going across the other little bit. So the servants were up top. You hear footsteps going above you. Stuff being moved around. Stones, bricks get moved around.
The fire that happened, was it like a...
It was during what Boy Scouts were here.
Boy Scouts did it?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Smokey the Bear.
I don't think they passed their merit badge that night.
No.
No, you just burned
They
it.
didn't get Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it unfortunately caught fire.
And I like how Nick has just taken it upon himself to make sure he gets out there.
Yes, immediately.
Some pictures.
Say hi to the camera there, Nick.
Yeah.
So we'll set a camera in here at some point.
Yeah.
Just looking at the laser grid.
Yeah.
So hopefully, like the 4th of July, I mean, we want our independence from the British.
What's that?
Yes,
There's a catch
catch
and
and
release
release.
policy. If you catch
Definitely.
any ghosts, you have to release them. That's what I heard.
Definitely.
Okay.
And Nick is going into the dark.
A lot of figures. There's a woman in blue that's seen quite often. We don't have a woman in white, we have a woman in blue.
Was there any significance to the blue color?
Don't know, but her dress is styled more like Civil War time.
Okay.
So it might be Elizabeth Bunker. We don't know.
As soon as you open it, you get a cannon right to the face.
This is the old armory. EVP's in there. Shadows in there and stuff.
As you say, is this the area where like the faceless soldier is? They usually see them.
Faceless shoulder could be anywhere.
Okay.
And some people think it's way out, because it was hung in the hood, but during the siege, you had 1,000 to 1,100 cannonballs an hour. I was docking, I was getting the head shit and everything. And
Now, I heard the other day they used to play like games and they were trying to catch the cannonballs while they were really
they were given, it wasn't a game, we were running out of cannonballs to shoot back, because, you know, there was like 10 cannons, and the British had hundreds. They had barges, and it was now, they built main batteries, and they were just pounding the hell out. So the guys were given a ration of rum, a shot of rum to retrieve cannonballs. So they were, you know, picking these cannonballs up and returning them, but I guess, you know, you get so many shots of rum, and you're fighting with the cannon.
Imagine just opening this door and it's like, let us in, cannon! GG's British.
talked before about like the public execution, the fire squad. Where was that on?
The hangings are here.
Okay.
Hangings are here. Diaries were
Nothing like a good old peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a public execution.
public execution.
Ah.
Nice joke, Ryan.
Watch the hanging.
I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. Sorry. Inappropriate. Look, we're forgetting cameras.
Again, this was an island, so everything had to come in by boat. This was your main gate. Yeah, this was rebuilt 1790s, 1798 by Adams, and then 1860s it was modernized by our good old Stanton, the Secretary of War, who some people think was part of the conspiracy to assassinate Lincoln.
Unveiling secrets all around here.
They could see the documents, wagon grooves in the granite.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's go out here.
Look at these nails.
Yeah. 1868. The Greystone, that's original fort. All right. So that went around the front. And then, like I say, over on the west side, it was all brick, and where you came in is brick. And if you come here and you'll look, as you see the brick, that is the stone, as it got lower. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They ran out of money. Of course, like anything, they were going over budget and British. So then they abandoned it, and then in 1775, good old Ben Franklin got some money together to
shored up with earth and logs. Then we got it, 1776, the good old Declaration of Independence. So this was manned by the Patriots. And they held off the British for 5 weeks in 1777. So yeah, the bricks off from the 1798 and later they added on.
My sister does have a question she asked in the car.
Yeah, why?
How come they built a fort so close to the airport?
I know, I get that all the time. That's one of my things. That's one of the things I tell
No,
people.
I'm so serious.
Anybody have any questions? There's no such thing as a stupid question unless you want to know why they built Fort Mifflin so close to the airport.
No, but like really, why did they?
Because there was no airport.
There was no airport. This was built in
Okay.
1771.
It was a serious question. Everyone made fun of me, so.
Firing squads were done right over here. In that area.
Great place to put picnic tables.
Yeah.
Well, they used to do it. They used to pack the family, pack a picnic lunch, watch hangings, and firing squads. It was the thing to do.
It's a good thing to do. You had no Netflix, so lots of
Yeah.
hanging.
Hey, kids, come on.
You
we're
saw
gonna go watch
the
somebody get shot
execution
to death.
Saturday, and then you had the Lord's Day on Sunday.
Right.
Yep.
And that was nuts. That was always the only thing I ever.
You hear that, Ryan? No Netflix.
Pack picnic lunches to bring the kids.
Thank God we weren't there.
That's it.
Ever since Netflix did that whole you can't share your account, whatever Netflix.
What kind of guy are you, Alex?
I'm a Hulu guy as well.
Okay, just making sure.
Hulu, I know.
I'm more of like a.
You know what? I'll go with HBO
Yeah.
Max too. Really.
Well, Max,
HBO Max is for losers.
Prime Video, but to YouTube is my sleep time. When I'm ready for bed, to YouTube, I put scary stories on the fall asleep to. Paranormal stuff.
Fort Mifflin uncut version.
This is the old bake oven or the old mess hall. And the mess hall and the chapel. That bar we just had, that was made out of reclaimed wood that was washed up down the river. We do have weddings here, and we do have reenacting, and then they
We're
bar or whatever.
gonna get so many options. We got a Penhurst wedding. We have this wedding. Yeah, when the crew starts getting married, we're gonna have to do each different place.
So the openings are all just ventilation holes, they're not gun ports. Most of them have been sealed up again to keep stuff out. But, been full bodies in here, all kinds of good activities.
Oh yeah.
Just like this. I turned right into the camera lens.
I'll bring the booze.
Everyone bring the car, right?
When this was military prison, they returned for.
Wow. So this is where they kept the prisoners?
This is where they kept the Confederates.
Oh.
After the Battle of Gettysburg, it was mostly the POWs from Gettysburg, most of the Army of Virginia.
Yeah.
There were a couple Confederate ships that the crews were housed here, and some Confederate spies. So they were being shoved in here. Again, it would have been dirt floors, no beds. There was what they called a half barrel for the waist in the back wall. And again, dysentery, this was running from. So basically, the guys were just sleeping in their own place. I mean, that was a big thing through Civil War.
No.
It was gastrointestinal. Guys were. I was just reading where it was a known, like a truce between the Union and Confederates. If you came up across an opposing soldier that was having a bout of diarrhea, you left him alone and you didn't shoot him because you knew he was in agony anyhow. So that's pretty wild.
What's the activity usually in this spot?
All through here is good activity. As we go on down, but you hear footsteps going up and down the hallways. You'll see figures, moans, screams. There's physical contact here.
I don't know if I just heard like a scream or something.
Moans, screams. You'll hear all kinds of weird stuff.
I imagine you could also get rocks being thrown in here since there's.
You'll hear all kinds of stuff. Now, when we go down, there's 3 smaller casemates, and they were for storage when this was originally built, but they became where the political prisoners were housed. And it could be up to 45 men in each of those smaller ones. And so we'll go down through that.
Make sure it's nice and dark.
These are the smaller casemates. Now, you were talking about with taps picking up the thermal image?
Yeah.
That was it. Back there. They put, these were storage, so there was no fireplaces, but when they made it a prison, they put coal stoves in the back, or at least they gave them some heat. So, each made 2, 3, this was even thinner.
Pitch black.
It's pitch black. It'll be pitch black when the lights are off. So,
It's like a fog or something. You see that?
Again, you could have had up to 45 men in each of these. So, you will get some good fog.
This one's shining light in there? I can see what that.
That's a lot of the original doors and stuff.
Okay. This is casemate 5.
This is casemate. Found it!
You have a feeling in here immediately.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so this is casemate 5. Again, this would have been originally for where the troops, the regular soldiers. Casemate 1 would have been for the officers. So then this became where the Union prisoners were kept. People always go, well, why were there Union prisoners? Well, it was a military prison, so, you know, we still have like Fort, there's still military prisons. Any kind of military crime, but mostly it was for desertion. William Howe was charged with desertion and murder. He was originally kept in here. Again, there would have been dirt floors, no beds, half barrel for waste. And they tried digging a tunnel to get out, but they were waiting for him on the other side. So Howe was like accused of being direct, that's why he was sent over to solitary. He was held there for a while, then he went to Eastern State, held there. He was tried and found guilty of desertion and murder and brought back at home here. So we had other Union prisoners all held in here too. Small casemates, again, political prisoners. A lot of people don't know, but during it was basically after Lincoln signed the proclamation freeing the slaves. He was very hated. So, Stanton, who was the Secretary of War, they were rounding up everybody that opposed Lincoln, opposed the war, and they were locking up. They locked up tens of thousands of civilians throughout the country. There was 2 groups. There was a group from upstate Pennsylvania, Columbia County, and Sullivan County. They were called the Fishing Creek Conspiracy. It was outside of Lynchburg. There was a group that opposed the war. They refused to report for the draft. Lincoln sent troops up there. There was a patrol that was ambushed. There was an officer killed. So he went up 7 more troops, and he just rounded up everybody, and they sent 43 of them here. Some of them were age 70 years old. And then there was another group of 40 from out in Clearfield, Pennsylvania, a group of political prisoners. And then there were 60 of them on like wires, the Irish, secret Irish Society, the miners in upstate. So there were 60 of them held here too. Wow. Yeah, they were all shoved in those 3 smaller ones. From Clearfield, there was an actual sitting judge that was sentenced here. He opposed the war, but he had 2 sons that were in the Union Army. They were, it was basically hearsay that he opposed the war, but it was basically hearsay about him saying something against things, and his sons were ordered to arrest him. and then they brought him to here, and he was housed here and got sick. He didn't die here, but he was so sick when they left, he actually shunned the place. And his name was Jacob Wilhelm. Him and I have some kind of relationship. He hates me. He greets me if you, Greg if you. He drops the F-bomb all the time. So,
Greg, we can't have this as a kid show.
just tell him it's fun. Fun, Greg. Fun. It's a...
No, it's not. He means fuck.
So it's actually kind of good to actually call out the judge and see if he'll actually show up.
Yeah, ask for the judge to come up. A lot of times you get a lot of activity in this corner. Besides the judge, there's a little shadow figure that darts around. This is the room, the area where blonde females have their hair stroked, get their shirt tugged. Just because the Confederate Union were kept here, you can still get Confederates, and they can go through walls. So,
I'm still working on that ability.
Nice joke, right?
The camera just died. That was fully charged.
Well, it's dead now.
Yeah, we're almost done here too.
There we go. Told you the batteries. But so just like I say, just be normal. Try and just talk them, and like I say, they respond. So hopefully you guys have a good night tonight. It seems like you might have one. And just sit there and let them come to you. You're here for the duration. Don't be a pinball machine and go from spot to spot to spot to spot.
Yeah.
I think when we do, either if we do solos or duos tonight, I think that's where we're going to get our hot takes and a lot of our evidence.
It's a different feeling in here.
Yeah.
It's like not malevolent.
It's not
like
malevolent, it's just
hopelessness.
Yes.
Like anxiety.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I get in here.
Well, I mean, I'm already bleeding and cut. How much work could that be?
Yeah, I'm getting scared with you.
Why?
I'm getting real scared. I don't know. I hope they don't haunt you the whole night.
I'm sure they are.
Jacob's with
Yeah, remember your heads.
Yeah.
Should I leave this light on?
Jacob's with me.
Yeah, just walking into there.
Just remember.
I'm gonna start this when everybody walks out.
Okay.
When it's actually a shadow.
Yeah, she's in the,
You guys can go.
For those of you who are unfamiliar or just new joining with us, this is our REM pod. It's a brand new one, the 2.0. With this, the new addition they added is the temperature sensor and increases your sensitivity on the electromagnetic field. So what you do to explain the usage of the actual REM pod. So that is your idle state with no interaction, just feeling out the room itself. You can take your hand and get closer to the antenna. So about where my hand is now, as you can see, the green light turns on. The closer you get, it'll change to yellow, then blue, and purple will be pretty much touching without touching. And then it'll start blinking at you when you're actually touching the antenna and making that very annoying beeping noise. It's also good, you hit the button at the bottom, it'll turn on your temperature sensor. There's a little button at the top. When you hit it, you will have this little red light turn on from touching that little black light, or black dot there. That increases your temperature. So when that little red light goes on, I'm not actually doing that. Something is in here interacting with us.
Oh.
What that means is, because it went blue, is your temperature actually dropped from what it originally set was 0. So something is actually in here currently with us and nearby. Judge, are you in here with us today? friend Greg before. He told us to give you a shout out and see if you would come and talk with us for a bit.
Oh. And that's not you.
Nope. Because I would have to be on top of that. So going underneath, as you can see, does not set it off. It has to be above.
Yeah.
Or close by.
So we have activity.
As Nick just mentioned, you have to be up against that antenna for the REM pod to alarm.
And I'll zero it out. And we will start from 0.
Something's already touching the REM pod. The blue light.
Yep, the light's going.
Yeah.
If anyone's in here, can you come up and touch that red light right there? You'll get a beep sound. It won't hurt you. Thank you.
As you can see, on demand, the team gets communication.
And the sound you hear, by the way, guys, that if you can hear talking, it's Alex and Tara in a completely different casemate than ours. We are in casemate 5 at the moment.
Is this one of the prisoners that were in here? You can interact with the puck.
I just want to say thank you for defending this fort and helping make America what it is today. You guys are all heroes.
I also heard a lot of people in here like to throw rocks. Have you guys done that before or seen it before?
Before that, did you hear a ting?
I did hear a ting, but I was...
My dog tags.
Okay, debunked.
So I too am a soldier, and I thank you guys for leading the way. That won't make any more sense. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about having a woman as a soldier?
So that light right there means picking up a warmer temperature.
Yeah, let me know take it off so I can see it. So I'm actually taking my dog tags off. These are used to identify our bodies from the event that we're found in combat. And so these are my dog tags, and I'm gonna put them over here for you so you can see them, because I'm a female soldier. And in the year that I'm in, there's actually many of us, which is probably something very different for many of you. If you can see my dog tags or know what they are, can you light up the ball that's next to them?
You will see shortly that Ashley has already gathered quite the rapport with the spirits of Old Fort Mifflin.
So what's nice about these devices, these are K2 meters. And what's great about having these available, especially in these old abandoned buildings or older construction, they don't have any electricity running through the walls. So when you're going through certain areas, they would have it be zeroed out on this single green light. And just saying, like, excuse me.
It's going off right now.
Yeah, I know. How are you?
Did that K2 just move? I swear I saw the second green light go.
Touch the REM pod if you want me to put the dog tags on the bed.
Back to what you were saying.
So, K2, it zeroes out to single green light, which means there's no electromagnetic field within the area. If we had one of our cell phones or anything, it could show you how it'll actually increase the more electricity, the more EMF that is in the area. So you can see that putting other electronic devices will not set it off, other than using signal, pretty much like your actual cell phone. If you put your cell phone to it, it'll increase. And it'll also send high voltage electricity through the wall. So being in a room like this and having it's natural like this will definitely tell us there's nothing in this area. And they can also use this to communicate by interacting with this. The closer they get to it, the more lights they will bring up to. So we have one next to our REM pod currently, and that's showing that there's no electromagnetic field being manipulated in that area. And it's nice to have those two devices next to each other because it will debunk if it's being affected by somebody sitting near it with a cell phone, or if there is electronics or any electricity running through the walls nearby that we're not aware of. So they're always good to bring one of these with you in your areas to debunk anything that could possibly be setting off your REM pods before and after. And it's a little bit easier to manipulate this just with your natural EMF fields that they would put off while manifesting.
Are you the judge everybody talks about?
Did anyone just take a breath?
No.
I heard, like, what it sounded like from back there. Why don't you like George?
Yeah, we heard you drop the F-bomb quite often about George.
Is there something he did that bothered you?
Right after Alex mentions the judge's name, his IR light appears to go off. You can see it on the right side of the screen. And soon after this, Tara begins to get affected.
Do you have a message for George that I can give to him? I'm going to be able to hear you through this recorder. I need you to come up to that light that you see, and I need you to yell as loud as you can into that light. What?
It's going off.
What is?
This thing that's in my hand.
Yeah, she's getting K2 hits.
He's over here. It's right from me. Can you come closer? You can come closer. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Camera's off here.
I was just gonna say, you're
You
kind of
feel it. You know, I need to step down. Maybe you got, I think he's just gonna stay. He's
Can you
pressing.
come closer, please?
Maybe I'll take the camera out and change the
There's
battery.
emails we want.
You guys staying in there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna change this battery out.
Let's see if you're gonna punch.
There you go. Good job. Keep going.
We're gonna have to go right back for that.
While Alex and Tara step out for a little bit, the team conducts an SB11 Spirit Box session. The SB11 works by sweeping AM and FM radio at the same time over many stations. It is said that spirits can manipulate the white noise to deliver a message.
Message for George that we can give to him.
Fuck off again. Judge, it seems like if that's your favorite word, is that the only thing you know?
It's my SB11 going off this time.
Yeah.
Temperature?
Yeah, temperature's going up 1 degree and back.
No.
Did you breathe on me? Like when you sat down, did you just breathe? Like just, there literally was just a cold air that just went. Like it literally just walked
No,
through.
no, I'm not worried about that. I just heard the chant.
Stop.
It came through. Right when you reacted, and I thought that's what you were reacting to. It was like the first part of the chant. It sounded just like it. I was recording, so we'll be able to go back through it and hear it.
Do you like us being here?
Hear it?
No.
Someone just moved over there.
Dude, the chant's in there.
That's what I mean. It's happening again.
I renounce my handler. Send your dogs away. Your dogs do not belong here.
No, it's the temperature.
No, it's the bread. That is the bread.
Oh, okay. And the REM pod's just like pinned over here.
Let's see if it still does it.
Did it say what the?
Are you?
Like it copied me. Because I said, what the fuck?
Are you the demonic handler from Penhurst? Answer me if it's true.
Laughing?
Well,
And just for your entertainment, here's me scaring myself by accidentally turning on the speaker to the SB7.
I don't want to touch the spirit box no more. Because I'm like, oh, I like this song.
We're nice too. We just want to talk to you. And I know you saw us with Andrew and George, so if you have a message, tell me through this speaker, and I can tell him. Are you glad that Tara left?
Was that spirit just mimicking Tara in pain?
Are you glad that Tara left?
Yeah.
Before we leave, I want to thank you, all the heroes that died here.
Flowers? I said flowers. Like thanks, like big flowers.
Do you have a name?
Stuff like this.
It's hot as a motherfucker out here.
Yeah, what is it, Black Mountain?
I mean, you can open doors.
You can open the door.
Come on.
Oh, shit. Whatever I saw Lily, then she went right to the wall because she went from here. I looked and there's stuff in the way. There was no way it could have been that close. And look at this, that's sill. Whatever I saw literally would have been like this to the window. And there's stuff in the way.
Or is this like storage?
Well, if we close, we're gonna get
Oh wait, there's like
Hold on,
warning.
hold on, hold on.
Guys, look, I'm gonna put this chair here like this.
All right, good.
No, because it's
I
like
seen it. I saw it happen.
Because I don't want to fall through.
If anyone's in here, can you go up and touch the REM pod?
I could have.
Oh,
it's your-
thought it was ours. Alright, so in this room?
Yeah,
So the
the
camera has to be pointed in that room. So Al, do you want to?
I just want to see if it goes off with no one near it.
It's so hot here. Al.
Yeah.
Yes.
At least it's not
Like
mosquitoes.
the camera?
Yeah.
No, I
Ow,
thought it was
this
a room shot.
slapped right
You want me to put this camera in there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I have a camera pointed in
Damn,
this.
something, what the fuck? That was your hair. Something touched the top of my head, it was her hair.
So right now we are in the officers' quarters.
This is where they hear the screaming.
Alright. So
Yes.
currently, right now, I'm on level 3.
So you gotta be close.
So this is a little bit more sensitive, or should be.
Ooh.
Alright, so. Alright, so now we're all zeroed out.
Guys, this fucking sheet thing in here is scaring the fuck out of me.
I know. I got it on camera when I opened the door. It looks like shoulders.
Okay, my battery's dying. Again. It turned the door down.
If you were the one that I thought I saw in the window, can you go up and just get real close to the antenna, and that will let us know that you're here?
Notice how close Alex has to get to the REM pod.
And it won't hurt you. It just makes noise and sound. Because I heard somebody say, ah, outside. Was that you? We're not digital recording, are we?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Just want to make sure, because if I make noise.
Once again, we're very friendly, we just want to communicate with you.
Let's introduce ourselves. My name's Emily.
My name is Alex.
I'm Ashley.
Hi, I'm Tara.
Nick.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are just here to find out your story. They say that they hear you crying or screaming.
Oh, hello.
Hi. So that is you that cries. Okay, if you back off, did you lose a child? Is that maybe why you stay? Is that why you cry? Did you lose your husband maybe in all the battles that happened?
Are you a child?
Are you a male? If you're a male, please back off the light.
Is that second light supposed to be lit or no?
It's
That's temperature.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not true.
That means that it's sensing 5 degrees higher than when it was set.
So you are the screaming, crying woman. If you are, can you set that off again? If you are that woman? Elizabeth? Is Elizabeth your name?
Are you someone besides Elizabeth? If so, light that up for us.
Whoa.
I think it's a kid.
The camera's out of focus.
It's definitely a kid.
Like I looked at Alex and it got all like
It's a kid.
fuzzy.
It's a kid.
Are you a kid?
It's a kid.
Nice. Every time we asked if it was a kid, it went out. Are you a woman? Emily says she thinks you're a kid. Are you a kid? A child?
Are you a little boy? Are you a little girl?
You don't have to be scared of us. We're not here to hurt you.
Are you a teenager? Are you a woman? Are you the weeping woman? You can touch it, it won't hurt you. Just lets us know you're here so we can talk.
If there's more than one of you in this room right now, can you come and touch this other red light over here?
Were you an officer? Are there any officers in the room?
Ashley will now conduct an Estes method. The Estes method has her blindfolded and noise cancellation headphones on her ears. That way, the answers that she's hearing through the spirit box are completely and utterly unbiased.
Really cool.
Anything you need to say, any type of communication with us.
And guys, just so you know, Ashley can't see or hear us.
Oh, hello.
And let me know.
You're still here with us in the room. Is there anything you need to communicate at all?
Hello.
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 Do you have a name?
Who is that? Why did you leave?
Well, go back in the room.
She's back.
Do you want me to leave again?
Who are we speaking with?
You.
She said you when I asked. Okay, I'm back in the other room.
You know me?
No, we don't know you, but we're here to visit you and meet you. What's your name?
Good job.
Thank you. Back in the other room.
Let's start by identifying who you are. Are you a male, a female, a child?
Dying.
Holy shit.
Stop.
No, I'm hearing a voice behind me.
See, that's what I said. It sounds like there's a kid outside.
Yeah, like so. You're gonna hear it on this, I guarantee it, because it was loud. Like,
I wanna live.
What do we need to do to help save you?
Shh, be quiet.
Oh, I'm getting hot.
Is it too hot?
Whore.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
What?
That's what I said. Who are you calling a whore?
Me?
And that's what they would have said in that time.
Using her to communicate.
What the fuck?
Did you get that?
Alex's
I have that. I was looking right at you when it happened, and it said something.
Yes, we're here to talk to you.
Oh my god, dude.
Can you talk to us?
Who goes there?
Whose was that? Someone
My
else's
name is
phone.
Tara.
That's Tara's radio, I think. That one.
Yeah, I don't have our
Is there
radio.
anybody in the gear room?
That I have.
I'm gonna say it again. We have a fellow soldier in this room right now.
Where is he?
Dude, I left a radio in the gear room. I'm
Right
just
here.
remembering
Yeah,
my radio.
yeah.